Previously on the kids' table,
Lord Brandywood.
our heroes entered the city of Travestia, looking for clues to unlock the Bibliothecary's mysterious codex, in order to enter the Vault of Knowledge and free the goddess Ismiene.
Off to the king.
As they bedded down for the night, though, Sophia slipped out in search of answers from fellow clerics.
I'm feeling very apprehensive about leaving the three.
What will she learn? Will the party be safe in her absence? Find out on this episode of
You are worried that people are looking for you.
A little.
The Kids' Table.
Sophia, it's nighttime in the city of Travestia, in the red third of it. There are still people out, not as many as you saw during the daytime. It is easy to find the Temple of Creativity, the temple to the goddess of creativity, Luovus. And as you approach the building, it's not actually that far from the Cafe Carpathia. It is distinctive in that the rest of this part of the city has this interesting red color that has sort of suffused the buildings over the years, since it is ruled by the Red King. The temple building is distinctive. It is white marble. Looks like it's made of one giant piece of marble, and you know that can't be true, but the way that this stone has been worked is such that it looks smooth. There are relief carvings all over it of different creative pursuits. Musical notes, musical instruments, quills and paper, the theater masks of tragedy and comedy. There are woodworking tools and baking implements, all sorts of things.
And metalworking tools?
And metalworking tools, absolutely. The temple is closed, but you see a side door that is open. And you approach this side door and enter it. It's open, light's coming out. And there's a human man in a sort of gold doublet sitting behind a desk doing some writing, and he looks up at you as you walk in. Oh, hello, miss. Is there something I can do for you? Are you looking for a room to express your creativity tonight?
Can I roll a perception check to see, or I want to know my gut feeling of whether he's trustworthy.
Insight check.
Insight check.
So you're gonna roll and add 5.
What's my plus?
Plus 5.
Oh, 17.
17 total. He seems pretty normal. He looks like he's doing something normal. There's nothing about him that feels weird or off-putting or dangerous. Your temple to Mori Wardaz in Crane's Rest is very small. It's you. But you, in the last 2 years, have encountered some of the more major temples in Japan. This is pretty normal practice to welcome visitors at night. So he doesn't seem off.
Sinister in any way.
Not that you can tell, no.
Okay.
Not with the 17.
I don't know about that.
Next will be a 25.
So how would you like to proceed, Sophia? He's asked you if you would like
asked me
a room to express your creativity.
I would, but given that it's night, I am wondering if there's a cleric of your temple that I may speak with.
Oh, yes, of course, ma'am. I am a cleric of the goddess. Absolutely. Real quick, how are you dressed right now? What do you look like, Sophia?
I'm definitely wearing my cloak, so I'm being as discreet as possible.
So covering your wings for sure.
Covering my wings, yeah.
Is your holy symbol of Mori Wardaz visible?
You can see that I'm wearing something that may lead to some type of crest, but you can't actually see it in the moment.
Okay.
You can't see the symbol in the moment.
Great. He says, "Oh, of course, ma'am. I'm a cleric of the goddess. You may call me Father Winston. What can I do for you?"
So,
Far more easier name to pronounce.
you've psyched me out. Now I'm like nervous. I, like other clerics, have been curious about the gods no longer speaking. So I'd like to just hear about what's been happening here in Trivestia. So I'd start with that.
The great silencing 2 years ago was quite a shame, yes. You also are a cleric.
Yes.
To which deity?
Moriwardas.
I have not heard from the goddess in some time since the great silencing. Have you heard from your patron? Have you heard from Moriwardas?
No, but our powers still continue.
Yes, as do ours. I have had no trouble healing and augmenting the creative skills of some of our patrons who come through. But it is quite strange that we have not heard the voice of Lilithus in some time.
Are you and the other clerics gathering at all to discuss
The clerics of
the other temples in your area?
Oh, of Trivestia.
Yes.
Well, we do have ecumenical councils that we convene regularly for, drinks and treats, but nobody seems to have any. You see him pause, and he says, well, cleric to cleric. The clerics of Ismiene, goddess of knowledge,
Yeah.
they disappeared. They've gone underground, it seems. Shortly after the Great Silencing, they decided that they would close the library here, which has thrown Trivestia into a bit of turmoil, if I might say. And I haven't seen any of the Seekers of Knowledge in quite some time.
Have you seen anyone access, or do you know of anyone accessing the library at all since they've gone?
Once they closed it, the Triumvirate decided to post guards so that nobody could enter.
What is the concern of people entering into the library without the Seekers there?
He sort of folds his arms and sits back in his chair. You can see him get a little grumpy at this. And he says, truth be told, it's just politics. It's just the king and the two queens trying to one-up each other. Each is blaming the other two for the disappearance of the Seekers of Knowledge, for the closing of the library. You must be a traveler to the city. The library is one of the few things that keeps the city of Trivestia together, shall we say, since the schism some years ago. The library is a place where citizens from all three quarters of the city can gather, and they're no longer just the lions or the bears or the snakes. They are Trivestians. And so the closing of the library was quite a shock to the city. And it seems to have upset the king and the two queens most of all because with such a delicate balance of power between the three of them, any great upheaval like this risks changing the delicate balance of power.
Thank you for sharing that. I came to your temple specifically because of the creativity piece. So I'm wondering if you are aware of any metal craftsmen who would of significant expertise.
He says, of course, we have artisans of all kinds who come through here. In fact, we do have a metalworker with us tonight. His name is Grizz Keenbrand. Do you know him?
No.
Oh, all right. May I ask why you are seeking a metalworker?
At this point, can I see what's going on in the room? Are we still where are we?
You've been doing all of this in this little narthex.
Narthex.
Let's use that word. The door to the outside, and then there's doors to further into the temple. But you're just in this sort of lobby.
So basically, yeah, a lobby.
Yeah, like a lobby.
I'm in a lobby, so
Yeah.
I can run away.
Yeah, potentially, if you would like. Your insight check is still valid. He's nothing. You're not getting anything back.
Not
from him.
getting
Confused,
okay.
maybe, but
Confused.
Yeah.
Okay. So I would share at that point that we have some type of very exquisite codex, but it's unclear who made it. We know that it may help us find the seekers of knowledge.
May help you find the seekers of knowledge.
We are unsure.
You are trying to find them.
We are trying to know what happened to them because there's concern that this may happen to others.
When you say that you're looking for the seekers of knowledge with that insight check, you see that gives him a little bit of pause. And he rifles through some papers on his desk and looks through. And he says, "Can I just ask, are you alone here in Travestia?"
Why do you ask? A question for the question.
Can you roll a persuasion check?
I can.
Yes, please do. Let's see what it is.
Do I get anything?
Persuasion +3.
15.
You see him sort of shift uncomfortably, and he looks down at the paper again, and he looks back up and he says, "He's human. He's sitting. You're about eye level with him, and you see him sort of take you in again, and sort of notice your stature, and he says, 'This may be impertinent, and I forgive the question, but it is our nature to be curious, and we have been tasked sometimes with specific questions. Would you mind terribly removing your cloak?'
What will I get in exchange for the removal of my cloak?
I will answer that question."
Okay. I double dare, yes. Because I remove my cloak.
So your wings are now...
My wings, I remove my cloak, my crest
Crest of Moriwardas,
is visible.
cleric armor,
and my wings.
resplendent, iridescent,
Shouldn't
beautiful.
she
You
fold her
see
wings?
him start to open his mouth. And as he does, he goes... and his eyes flash bright gold.
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 That scares
bad.
me.
And
Roll for initiative.
a voice comes from his mouth that is not his.
Roll for
It is the
initiative.
voice. It is the voice of a woman.
Oh! Okay.
And she says, "I don't have much time. You are one of Ismiani's, yes." And as this voice is coming out of the cleric's mouth, out of Winston's mouth, it is reverberating unnaturally.
It's like echoing.
Echoing, layered on top of each other. You are
Manipulated.
not quite manipulated, but you are reminded of nothing so much as that time 2 years ago when you were in a small cave
Yeah.
and you met Ismiane.
Yeah. Okay.
You are one of Ismiane's, yes.
Yes.
We're not supposed to be able to talk to you right now, but I made this system, and Toraro can try to keep me out, but he can't. You are in danger. Your friends, you and your friends are in danger in this town. Right now.
Why?
They are seeking to eliminate you.
Who's is
Go.
okay.
And she cuts out.
And she gets out. Is
Whose
when you said Totor, what is his name?
Toraro.
Toraro.
You would
Is that the-
roll a religion check.
Is
for
that
me.
the person right there? What was his name?
Winston.
No, Father Winston. Okay.
Winston.
Ugh.
Religion, yours would be flat roll.
9.
All you can remember is that Toraro is the deity of the heavens.
Okay.
The golden light leaves Winston's eyes, and he goes, "Oh, I'm sorry. What just happened?" Meanwhile,
You are running as fast away as you can.
Serena is asleep. Sixtails is asleep. Are you asleep yet?
No.
roll a perception check for me?
12 total.
12 total. Yeah, nothing. It's a normal night. Six tails.
Yeah?
You are asleep in your bed. It's a nice bed. It's a comfy bed. It's a warm bed. Which is nice because you haven't been in a bed for a while. You've been traveling north through the northern forest for...
I've been using my heat jacket as a pillow.
Exactly. You actually have a real pillow now. All of a sudden...
This is scary. I don't like this.
So now I have to roll something.
This is like a horror movie.
You wake up as a burst of pain goes through you. And the first thing that you see when you open your eyes is a man standing above you, dressed in black and red, and he has just punched you squarely in the chest. You take...
I have 26 health.
Oh no. You take 10 points of damage.
16.
And I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
7.
The pain of waking up like that, you feel wherever it is that he is punched, your muscles lock up and freeze for just a second. It's like he's punched a very specific place in your body to stun you. You can't move, you can't speak. We'll come back to you.
Gosh, this is scary.
So he didn't even get to yell out.
You didn't even get to yell out. Serena, I need you to make
A listen saving.
an intelligence saving throw.
Well, 8 plus 5, 13.
13.
It's not the best.
13 succeeds.
Yes! Yes!
Barely, but it succeeds. So
Scary.
you hear a noise. And for the briefest of moments, you think that you see in the corner of your room a giant wolf coming to get you, bounding towards you, about to clamp down on you. But you are smart. And you are prepared. And you can see this illusion for what it is. And so you look through the illusion. You know that this can't hurt you. And you look through this illusion to the person standing in the corner of the room, dressed in black with a purple mask. And he says, "Hello, child." And I need you all to roll initiative.
Six tails, Serena. Oh no, what is happening?
That's a bad thing, right?
Will Sophia heed Luovis's warning and get back in time?
Split second decision, Sophia. What are you doing?
Will my friends be alright? Or is this the end for them?
And you go unconscious.
Find out on this next episode of
I'm gonna give you an ability called Mom Strength.
The Kids Table.